Richard Marshall, thanks so much for talking to Fax TV. Rich, disappointing defeat of the weekend, probably an understatement that really. What do you make of the performance against Salford?
Disappointing. It was. It wasn't our finest game of the season. We've been very good at home, so we were a bit disappointed for our supporters, ourselves. We probably let each other down this week in terms of executing the game plan and having a real good skill level and stopping some of their key plays and key threats. We probably fell down in them areas. Not all the time. The first 20 minutes were very, very competitive, and I thought we were way on top in terms of the game, field position, confidence, but we just couldn't maintain that, and that's going to happen against full-time teams. But there were some unforced errors as well, regardless of the team that you're playing against. Some of the things that we needed to do better was keep hold of the ball for longer periods. But we looked at it. We had a really good review on Tuesday, and we looked at the first half and the difference between the two teams, and it was small margins, fractions, inches between the two teams. They got a little bit out of that first half than us. 32 points was not a fair reflection of what we did in that first half.
Were you disappointed to concede that many points, particularly after the first two games, like you said, when they were so competitive and we were in the game for long periods of the match?
Yeah, because we've been good, haven't we? We've been good with our defence, with limiting the opposition's chances, field position. So from that point of view, it was a backward step. But it's always what you do about it. You've got we want to be a gritty team, a tough team, and you need to get through some of them experiences to find out if you are that team. We have been this season. We've been fantastic all year. It's difficult. It's difficult against Super League teams. It's difficult when you lose two key players as well early on in the first half, which we did with Simon and Jordan.
Just on Simon and Jordan, what's their injury situation at the minute?
Simon's he got stitched up cheekbone, very, very swollen, not fractured, but he's having to have a head assessment this week,
right,
with a view to him playing at the weekend. So, because he's had a couple of concussions, so we'll see how that one goes. We'll probably leave him out, I think. Jordan he's done his MCL, he's ruptured his MCL ligament in his knee, and he'll be out for 10 weeks. So we will probably won't see Jordan again, which is unfortunate. I really liked what he offered, what he did for the team, and he was a pleasure to work with.
Any other injuries to report upon going into this weekend's game?
Not particularly. I think there's a couple of players that we're monitoring at the moment. Bennington's not trained this week. James Saltonstall should be okay for this week. He's had a hamstring strain when he got over in France, so we're hopeful that he'll come back into the team. Kieran Moss can't play against his parent club, so Will Sharp, James Woodburn-Hall, Conor McGrath are our options, or James Saltonstall as well for fullback.
Like you said, Hull KR this weekend. What did you make of their win against Leeds last week, and their overall performance as a team? It
was a great game, to and fro, and one team had it sewn up, the other team had it sewn up, and then Hull KR got it at the end and deserved it. I thought they were the better team. I think they were the better team. They were good as well over in Canada when they played Toronto. It's very, very difficult going to Craven Park and getting anything. It's a tough place to go. We've been there. Obviously, they were in the Championship last year. We had some real good battles with them. Pretty close. We didn't really get annihilated, embarrassed, any of that. I'm hopeful for the same this week. We will be changing the team around this week as a result of last week, but also with a view to learning from last year. We're starting to pick up some injuries now. I want to try and limit that by utilising the whole of the squad, and there's a lot of boys in our team who've not played so much and deserve an opportunity to play for Halifax, and they'll be getting that this week, and I'm really looking forward to it.
You mentioned the results last season, two very close games, obviously in the qualifiers and in the regular season. Can you take any positives from that, or can you take anything from that? Or?
Well, yes and no. It's a different season. We both got different teams, but they're not too different, and they're not doing too many things outside of what they've done before. They really go down the short side. Sean Lunt's a fantastic player for them, gets around the park. They do come up with some trick plays, and they challenge you all the time. When we've looked at them, you can't clock off if you think the ball's going away or you think your job's done. It isn't against OKR, especially at home. The crowd get behind them, and they get well supported there, and they know how to play that in terms of the referee and decisions. So we've got to overcome all that. But this is why we're here. We want to be playing OKR away. We want to play Leeds. We want to play Widnes. So we've got to embrace it. We've got to enjoy it, and we will do this week. That will be our goal. Win, lose, draw, whatever. We must get some enjoyment out of areas of the game.
In terms of coming back from the Salford game, what's the mood been like since that? And like you said, how much can you sort of learn from that experience?
We've been alright. We've had worse weeks, although it was a very, very heavy defeat for me personally as head coach. Don't really like being involved in scorelines of that. We sort of pride ourselves on making it difficult. We didn't make it as difficult as we possibly could. So So I'm probably, more downbeat than the players. We're all right. The spirit is fantastic here, and as I said, you need to get through a little bit to come through the other side. And we got dished up a little bit last week. So we've licked our wounds this week. We've had a good, honest review. We've got a couple of sessions. We'll be going against reserve grade tonight, full session as the full-time teams will be doing. So there'll be no excuses in terms of preparation. We're good. We're all right. We're okay, and we know where we are, and we know what we want to be doing. I'm just making sure that we don't dish up what we did last week.
Richard, best luck on Sunday, and we'll catch up with you after the game then.
Okay.